All right, we're in Connecticut right now, and we got Jay Diddy, a full-time real estate investor, and we're going to get a few things. Let's actually talk, Jay, about a little bit of business, and let's talk about your tenants. You did some landlording. You don't do any landlording right now. Let's talk about something that maybe a tenant story, something that you had that was kind of you couldn't believe. You're like, I can't believe what this tenant did. Let's hear about that tenant story.
Yeah, a few years back, I had a tenant living in one of my single-family dwellings. I say about a year and a half or so. Then when they moved out, I was getting ready to put another tenant in the process, so we had to turn the gas back on. Gas company calls me up and said, Joe, do you know that the gas line is directly connected, meaning we've not been billing? So I'm like, what are you talking about? So I run down there and see it, and I'm like, sure enough, they have disconnected the piping, and so that it wasn't registered to the meter anymore. They said this had been going on since these people had lived there, so I was just in awe that they were getting away with this. I was like, don't you guys monitor the system? I said, because I never go in the basement. I mean, something doesn't break, I don't really visit them. And I was like, pay me their rent. It's no big deal. But it was just so shocking that, wow, the minds of your tenants is unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Excellent. So, as far as what would you do, Jay Diddy, to avoid that? How can an investor keep that from happening? What would you say?
I think you got to do more inspections. When you come in just not to collect your rent, or you have a management company, do some walkthroughs periodically through your properties. That's the best thing you can suggest. With that, you don't want these kind of surprises. I do strongly encourage that at the time that if you do pick up your rent or something of that nature, if it's not being mailed to you, that you do periodic checks on your tenants. You want to see that you're maintaining your property in a safe environment. They're not destroying your property, and you want to record the damage. One thing is having a checklist in the very beginning, a strong lease, which is something I recommend that you do have, and that that's being followed. You want to see if if the lease says they shouldn't have pets, you want to make sure they don't have pets. If they're saying that only 3 people are supposed to be living in the house, but they got 10 of their relatives there, guess what? Especially if you're paying the water bill. I mean, you got 10 people versus 3 people, there's your profit. So you want to be very mindful of that, and that's one of my biggest recommendations, I think, for a new investor.